Thanksgiving. The absolute worst time of the year, where you have to spend time with relatives, despite their smiles and their smells. Atrocious. And not only that, everything tastes like pumpkin. The coffee, the mints, the ice cream, even Pringles. Pumpkin. Oh, M&Ms. I love M&Ms. Pumpkin. Ridiculous. Well, if it isn't my favorite niece.
How are you today, Uncle Butts?
I'm about as pleasant as Jerry Sandusky's cellmate.
Yeah, I'll try not to think about that. But tell me, Uncle Butts, what are you doing in the kitchen?
I'm trying to avoid your mother. And I can see that's pretty futile. Kind of like trying to get an A in economics.
Uncle Butts, you're so colorful and lovable.
Butch, what are you doing in my kitchen?
He's telling me a story.
Is he?
Is he? Well, I'll tell you what. If it'll annoy your mother, sit down and listen to a story from a strange man.
Well, don't mind me. I'll just be getting dinner together.
We won't. Okay. Little girl, I am going to tell you the story of the Pilgrims and the Indians.
Oh, Native Americans.
This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Very.
Right. Anyways, the Native Americans. You see, they lived in America, and they were natives. You're tracking with me. Great. La-di-da, the Pilgrims came. Thanksgiving.
Well, you see, actually, we can't call it that anymore.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the word Thanksgiving is inherently sexist. It has the word Hank in it. So we're now obliged to call it Thankandsuegiving.
Do you listen to the words that come out of your mouth? Because I feel like you can't.
Uncle
possibly.
Butts, ignore her. I keep going on the story.
Okay. The first Hank and Sue giving. It was a dark time for the Pilgrims. Nobody had enough food. People were dying everywhere. They were dying of cholera and dysentery. And bear attacks.
And there was also love and togetherness.
Could you stop that, please?
I don't want you terrorizing my daughter, okay? Thanks.
Right, as I was saying, everyone was dying, okay? People were dying in bed. People were dying in the street. People were even dying in church. Corpses littered the streets.
You done? Butch, cheer it up, or I'll hit you with my spatula. Got that?
Okay. So anyways, the happy pink pilgrims had to solve their super fun death problem. So, They went to the experts in surviving, no matter how dead stuff got.
Iron Man?
No, child Indians. Native Americans.
That's right.
Native Americans like Scratch-and-a-Wedgia.
Sacagawea. And she really wasn't even alive then.
Anyways, the Indian natives were a bloodthirsty lot, so the Pilgrims were taking a huge risk.
Well, actually, the Native Americans in the area were quite peaceful. It's incredible what you can learn in Peach's American history class.
Okay, time out! This is my story, okay? Anyways, so the Pilgrims had to brave the wild and untamed land filled with Jabberwocks, and immigrants, and Sasquatch, and all manner of things that don't pay any taxes and expect government handouts.
You know, not all Sasquatch expect government handouts, and you know what? You know what? Butch, just open this.
Okay. I eat cranberry. Oh, gross. So anyways. Cranberry? Okay. Anyways. The savage natives and their wild monsters in the woods killed all of the Pilgrim messengers except one. John Smith.
Are you out of your mind? John Smith lived in Jamestown.
That's what I said. So anyways, John Smith fought his way all the way to the chieftain, where he begged him for food and medicine. But the chieftain tried to kill him, and just before the axe fell, the princess threw her body over him.
Thrilling! And what happened to his buckle hat?
Yes, Butch, what happened to his buckle hat?
What? Got eaten by a bear. Shucks.
Wow. So did the chief save the Pilgrims?
No, he refused. Chief Ayatukin of the Na'vi was a hard man.
Oh, blue people now.
That's racist. But one brave Indian, Native American, one Native American defied his chief, and he saved John Smith. And that Indian's name was Tonto.
Squanto.
That's what I said, woman. Anyways, Tonto dragged John Smith back to the Alamo, where everyone was real impressed. Everyone was really impressed. Yay. Except for one man. William Bradford. He challenged Toto to single combat. And just before they fought, Thor appeared.
You're done.
No.
No. Butch, I will not allow you to traumatize my precious daughter. I don't care if you're married to my sister. I do not have to listen to this.
Okay, fine.
Oh, come on, Mom. Tell me the rest of the story.
Well, sweetheart, Squanto taught the Pilgrims how to farm, and then Butch, fun fact, gave them the idea for women's suffrage.
And then he built a casino.
Thanks to Squanto, the Pilgrims were able to rebuild themselves and have a fulfilling harvest.
And now America has an obesity problem.
The Native Americans and the Pilgrims shared their food together in a harvest feast. The main foods were corn, deer, and turkey.
And now all we eat is pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin.
They feasted because they wanted to give thanks, and that's why we call it the first Thankandsuegiving.
You know what? That sounds more ridiculous the more I hear it. if you'd like to rename it something more accurate, why don't you call it Football's Giving? Yeah.
And then, in the 1900s, a very wise woman who loved all people gave us the idea that we, United States Americans, should share this holiday together as a way of connecting with our families, no matter how ignorant, politically incorrect, or, just downright oppressive against all mankind they may be.
And now we spend time together, despite being absolutely intolerable. We spend time together year after year after year.
After year.
What a glorious way of putting it.
Something wrong with you. Trust me, child. If she weren't married to Sam, I would not be here.
What?
I'm not married to Sam.
Then how are we related?
Aren't you married to Annie?
I'm not married.
We live in a duplex. Do you think...
I've been going to the neighbor's Thanksgiving for 20 years.
Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Get out.